Sanders doesn't mince words when it comes to the pardon former Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin granted to an Independence man.
It was one of hundreds of pardons or commutations that Bevin granted before he left office. Local 12's Christian Hauser is live in Covington with why so many people are so angry. Christian.
Yeah, guys, this really has prosecutors across the state scratching their heads. Now, Rob Sanders here in Kenton County says that his office was given no warning that Micah Schoettle was being pardoned. They thought that he would spend at least the next 2 decades behind bars. Now, Sanders says he wishes he would have had a chance to talk to Bevin and try to warn him not to release this man. Kenton County Commonwealth's attorney, Rob Sanders, says it's a bad day for Kentucky.
Rape cases, child molesting cases, murder cases where the victims have all been done a grave injustice by our former governor, and it's disappointing. I was somebody that supported him, believed in him, and I'm disgusted at myself for having done so.
One of the hundreds of pardons was to this man, Micah Schoettle. He raped and sodomized a child. He was convicted last year and sentenced to 23 years in prison. Sanders didn't think that sentence was long enough at the time, but he says he trusts the jury to make the right call.
Any child molester, I have a fear that they're going to offend again, especially when they've been let out of prison without a long period of incarceration to deter future conduct, without any kind of sex offender treatment in prison or in the future.
In the pardon order, Bevin says Schoettle was convicted of a heinous crime based only on testimony that was not supported by any physical evidence. Bevin goes on to say all evidence available refutes the allegations. He calls the investigation sloppy at best and does not believe the charges against Schoettle are true.
Matt Bevin never contacted me, never contacted anyone from my office, never contacted law enforcement, never contacted victims. I have a very hard time believing he knew anything other than what Micah Schoettle wanted him to know.
Now, Schoettle's a free man with no supervision or anyone keeping track of where he is.
Do you think we can cure sex offenders? I don't. Been doing this a long time. I've never known sex offenders to be cured. At best, they can be taught to control their urges, but no, this guy hasn't been in long enough to even begin sex offender treatment, much less finish it.
I checked with the Kentucky Department of Corrections to see if Schoettle had already been released. He has, and there's no information on where he is in the state, so no one knows where he is and if he is near children. Live in Covington, Christian Hauser, Local 12 News.
All right, Christian, thank you. The Secretary of State's website shows that Bevin issued more than 420 pardons and commutations from Election Day through the end of his term on Monday.